What's going on? Like, you know what I mean? You see what's going on. How you feeling about the Summer Madness card, D?
I mean, I feel like it's Summer Madness again, man.
Okay,
You got Lux on there, you got Twork on there, you got Roc, Fonz, T-Top, A-Ward.
I'm trying to spread it out, D. Pause. Austin and shit.
Yeah, you already know what time it is.
My bro Ars feeding the coaches.
As I always do.
Like, y'all think I'm the only one feeding the culture. I feed the culture in a different way. He feeds the culture in a whole different way.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? He makes sure that, you know me, motherfuckers got energy when they on that motherfucking stage.
Hey, man, if y'all ever out here,
you understand what I'm saying? For real.
Orlando on Instagram.
You know what I'm saying?
Kitchen Orlando. Y'all follow.
You know what I mean? So my bro make sure that everybody eat.
Everybody gotta eat.
You know what I
We
mean?
all one culture. We all gotta eat. You hear me?
You heard? What's up? You already know what it is, man. Hip hop is real, man. Hip hop is real, man. Hip hop is real. Hip hop is real. It don't get no realer than hip hop, and hip hop is real. You heard?
You know, blessed to be in the game. You know, so many years. You know, 13 years in the game.
Yeah, come on, let's move over here.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me respect. We don't want no background noise.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is grown man conversation.
Right.
This is real talk. You heard?
You know, again, blessed to be in the game. About to be in my 13th year, 13th season of the game. Blessed to see you continue to grow. Like, definitely inspiration in the game. Watching you work, and to see you in your your 4th, 5th run. You know what I'm saying? In this, back with Coke, Smack, everything you're doing. First off, I just want to say salute, man.
Yeah, you already know. Thank you, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the recognition. Thank you for the homage. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm just out here trying to just stick to the program. You know what I mean? Just stick to the script.
We're here at Nexus, Smack. You know, another imprint that you created.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite things about it is not just, you know, the battles of cold, but afterwards, you let these guys call out their next opponent, their next op, and y'all make it happen.
Call-outs. You know, that's my favorite part of the program. You know what I'm saying? When we do the call-outs at the end, because, you know what I'm saying, you get a chance to see, you know, what artists, you know what I'm saying, want to smoke with what other artists, you know, and that's one of the ways that we be creating, you know what I'm saying, new battles to happen. So, you know what I'm saying, I always look forward to, like, you know what I'm saying, the end of Nexus is when, you know what I'm saying, we do the call-outs. You feel me? Word.
So, Smack, I gotta ask, man, how you feeling about just this, the energy of the weekend, man? Seeing all your brothers out here, everybody that you know, help, you know, make illustrious careers. The older guys to the newer guys that you're helping, you know, create new careers in this game of battle rap.
I mean, it feel good. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know what I mean? To me, it's just another day in the office, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We was just out here last week with, you know what I'm saying, some of my other brothers. You know, the family big, the coach is big. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just back, you know what I'm saying, doing my rounds and just making sure that, like, you know what I'm saying, we try to restore the energy and the interest back into this culture. You know what I'm saying? Word.
Restore the energy and the interest back into the culture. Since I came into battle rap, just to keep it all the way 100, you know what I'm saying, just as a fan and also as a, you know, media outlet, URL is the energy I've known of the culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it 100, no slight to anybody who's worked in the culture as well. But just as a fan growing up, Smack, I grew up on Smack, URL was the culture that I seen. Like, you guys pushed it to extreme heights. Where did it, like, I guess, fall off, if it did? Because, you know, I was listening to your spaces, you know what I'm saying? I'm really there tuning in and listening to you, you know, open up and keeping it 100 and a buck with everybody. Where did it, I guess, fall off a little bit?
I mean, there's a lot of moving pockets to, like, you know what I'm saying, why I feel like, you know what I'm saying, the energy and, you know, the interest ain't in the culture no more. You know, I don't want to get too deep into that, okay. But, like, you know what I mean, at the end of the day, you know, the caffeine was a major, you know what I'm saying, key component on why the culture was thriving.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You know, they brought battle rap to everybody, you know what I'm saying, for free, had access to major events for free, and, you know, it was a good thing for the culture, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was eating, you know what I'm saying? We was feeding, you know, a lot of artists in the middle of a pandemic when the world was shut down, and you know, it was just like, you know, a good perfect marriage, you know what I mean? And then, you know, after the, pandemic, when, the world opened back up, you know what I'm saying? They couldn't sustain or didn't sustain their model of the business or whatever. So they went up. So now it's just back to like, really figuring out and trying to find, more interest in more sponsors and more, strategic partners to bring into the culture. So, that's what we're doing. But for the time being, we holding it down on ourselves.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it just is, you gotta make it make sense. The ROI gotta be there. Like, I mean?
Right.
So like, I just feel like, when it comes down to the mathematics, shit is kind of upside down on what it actually generate for what, like, it takes to be putting on these events and what is expected from these artists of what they feel that they deserve to get paid and all types of things like that. You know what I mean? I don't want to get too deep into it, but it got to make sense. Nobody's going to put up money to not make a return. That's just business, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like, I think a lot of other people and a lot of other entities came into the culture too, where, everybody running around grabbing their bags like they should because everybody got to eat. So, I feel like that's another aspect that, like, water the culture down and make it not exciting because it's battles every weekend. People don't even really are not familiar with the source or like, it's just...
The smack. I'm gonna just give a little pushback, right? As far as like, you said the part where it was like 5 years, you felt like it. I disagree. I don't feel like it's been that long. I feel like people are tripping. I feel like it's only been like 2-3 years.
Yeah, I didn't say 5 years when I said 5 years.
On the spaces, you was like, you said 5, but you probably was
giving,
saying,
I was giving a taking, like, what I'm saying? I say like since the pandemic, which is like what, like, 2020, 21?
2020, when the pandemic hit, I feel like, realistically, I feel like the culture went up.
Yeah, don't quote me. When I'm talking on the spaces, you know what I mean? I mean, you could quote me, but you know what I mean? Give or take.
No, and I'm not saying it in no bad way. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Really just to kind of like say that I don't think it's been as long as far as like, because when I'm looking at it, it's really only been the last couple years. It felt like it wasn't like as frequently. And I'll just, to add that, you guys changed the format of the game with Caffeine. Like, like, and I don't think throwing events is how y'all doing it a lot was a bad, like, it was great. It added a lot of energy.
Right. I mean, it's
momentum
we had
into
a
the
check.
culture.
We had a check in the building. You know what I mean? Shout out to Drake. You know what I'm saying? He was, gracious enough to, like, put a beautiful situation for the culture because, you know what I'm saying? He's a fan of the culture and, you know what I mean? He already said that, you know what I'm saying? He was going to try to, like, you know what I'm saying, help, you know what I'm saying, rise the awareness of the art form and link with me and try to, like, you know what I'm saying, bring this shit up to the next level and shit like that. And we did it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We did it. So it's all good.
I say that to say, how do you know what I'm saying, with the short time that people feel like it might have been stagnated, do you know what I'm saying? What role do you feel like, you know what I'm saying, I guess you could have played more, I guess, into either keeping it up, or do you feel like, nah, it was inevitable to go the way it is, and what's next after that?
I mean, I feel like, you know what I mean, I'm playing my part. I don't feel like I'm doing anything, like I'm playing my part, but like, you know what I mean, when it comes down, like what I said, the expectations of, like, you know what I'm saying, dealing with, you know what I'm saying, the talent, like, you know what I mean, it's business at the end of the day. So like, you know what I mean, those be the challenges, and respectfully, you know what I'm saying, I mean, I wish I could do all battles, every battle, like, you know what I mean, but unfortunately, in reality, that's not possible. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
This is an industry. So, you know what I mean? I don't really feel like I'm doing anything wrong, but you know what I'm saying? I'm doing things that's going to protect, you know what I'm saying, my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to put an event together or book an MC or artist if there's not going to be a return on, you know what I mean, the investment that I'm making. I mean, I did that a decade straight just to build this shit up.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm not taking no L's if it don't make sense or I don't do the math, and I've been doing this for a long time, so I know what's gonna work and what's not gonna work because I've been through a lot of trials and tribulations when it comes to this business and when it comes to this culture. So, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm only doing things that make sense for, you know what I mean, the URL, organization and myself. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And we still trying to, like, you know what I mean, keep the momentum, but like we just moving strategic right now for the moment until, you know what I'm saying, we lock back in, you know what I mean, find, you know what I'm saying, the right partnership to really turn shit up to the next level.
Okay. So, you know, to say that is like, the bag is going to spin back around.
Yeah, the bag is gonna spin back around, but like, you know what I mean, it just still gotta make sense though. You know what I mean? Right. It don't matter if the bag spin back around or not.
Smack, yeah.
Because, you know what I'm saying, any investor is gonna want to return on their investment.
Got you.
This is not just throw money just because motherfuckers know how to rap. That's not how the world works. You know what I mean? Anybody that puts something up gotta receive ROI on their investment, and that's just basically what it is. Respect. So what needs to happen is, you know, we gotta build up the interest with the we gotta build up the interest with the fans, with the artists. They gotta promote. You know what I mean? The fans gotta support.
Right.
Like we got if they really love this art form, you understand what I'm saying, and they want to see it grow and they want to see it prosper and reach new heights, it just gotta make sense. You know what I mean?
Nah, I respect that. And I know y'all got that event, y'all about to have everything going. I just want to ask you, like, what's your thoughts on, you know, watching, you know, a lot of the battlers and things like that, creating their own leagues now, you know what I'm saying? And
God bless them. God bless them. Like, you know what I mean? God bless them. But, like, that's where the oversaturation come in at.
Okay.
Because you could do that, but, like, you know what I'm saying? If everybody is trying to book the same talent pool, then, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, like, what's really going on here? You understand what I'm saying? Like, if new talent is not blessing the culture and all of every entity or organization is coming after the same talent or booking the same talent, then there's going to be no success in that.
Okay. Are we going to see potential collabs in the future? Are you working with any of these guys and things like that? Because, like, one person I'll say per se, Calico, he says he wouldn't even exist, he wouldn't even think of this or even have the energy to even do something like that without, you know, you guys and things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Calico, Calico, you know, I mean, it's cool. Like, you know what I mean? I say John. I like John because when John do his league, you know what I'm saying, he got, you know what I mean, his own selective talent that, like, you know what I'm saying, he basically, you know, books and builds up, and I think that's the name of the game. You understand what I'm saying? But, like, when you, like, you know what I mean, going after, like, you know, the same talent that, like, you know what I mean, URL booked and marketed for years, and now it's just like, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
It don't make sense. You feel me? Just to keep it real.
Right.
I mean, I'm not knocking nobody, but I'm knocking everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all know what it is. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
We gonna call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Nah, man. I mean, you know, I guess the game is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But one thing I can say is you continuously, you know, rise to the occasion and put on, you know, some of the greatest events, you know, for the culture. Speaking of that, A-Ward, you know what I'm saying? He's making his debut on URL, you know, Summer Madness 15, London. You guys are going back across the seas, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What was this decision to finally bring A-Ward back into the, you know, I mean, to the URL stage?
I just think it was time, you know what I'm saying? I think it was time. We've been going back and forth for years, as the coach, you know, and we just couldn't get it together. But, like, you know what I mean, we finally came to, like, you know what I mean, some mutual grounds. And, you know, I mean, I just think that, like, you know what I mean, he's been so consistent outside of the URL system that, like, you know what I mean, it just makes sense to, like, you know what I mean, try to figure it out just so we get, you know what I'm saying, basically, you know, just have a couple of battles. I know there's a lot of battles that, you know what I mean, he could possibly have over here.
Right.
And it's just like, yo, I didn't want to keep, you know what I mean, trying to not make those things happen. So, you know, I'm excited, you know what I mean, to see what he gonna do over here, if he could really, like, you know what I mean, participate and, you know, stand strong over here on this side. Gang. What up? Y'all good? All right, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's all good. It's time to get to work, you know what I mean?
And why'd you guys say T-Top, man, to be the one to bring him home?
I just think that's the right gatekeeper to have that conversation with, to enter the movement, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I decided, you know what I mean? T-Top really wanted to initiate him.
Right, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
T-Top was like, yo, let me
bring him home, Smack?
Let me bring him home. Facts. Let me bring him home. So, you know, I was like, all right, go ahead, go get him. You know what I'm saying? The rest was history from there.
you know, he's the third horseman, you know what I'm saying? Between Saga, Loso, guys that's, you know, grace the stage.
Yeah.
Now you got the third Christian, you know, you got street hymns too. Let me not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So you're
yeah.
bringing the last Christian home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Summer Madness.
Yeah, it's big. It's a big look for him. So like I like to create them opportunities and that pressure. You know what I mean? And I think he's gonna rise to the occasion. I think that, like, you know what I'm saying, he knows how important this is for his career and, you know what I'm saying, his profile and his coaches. So I think he's really gonna take it serious and put on a good performance for Summer Madness 15.
Yes, sir. And I can't wait to see, you know, the other mega matches you have on there with Tay Roc and Fonz, which I think, you know, Fonz has been, you know, showing that
Consistency.
I was speaking to Rock a little privately earlier, and I was like, yo, Fonz is probably like one of the hardest working top tiers. Like he got it from the mud, like for real, like
Facts.
he fought. You know what I'm saying? To get
And
here.
he was looking real good on Gnome too. Like, and I
Facts.
mean, that was just one of my concerns with Fonz. I was just like, how he's gonna transition on a big stage. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you gotta have a performance, and he rose to the occasion and did his thing, you know what I'm saying, against John. So, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, you know what I mean, he's showing the world and he's showing the culture that, you know what I'm saying, he deserved these opportunities and these looks. You know what I'm saying? He got the logo right now he gotta go talk to.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's just a good look, you know what I'm saying? It's well deserved for Fonz, man. He's been consistent and he always deliver a good performance. So can't take nothing away from him.
And again, second year straight, you bringing back Beloved back outside
Beloved,
again.
yes.
You know, him and
Yes.
Nelly, they went to the space
You know,
and all that.
You know, shout out to, you know what I'm saying, my brother Lux, you know what I'm saying? We always try to get one in before the year's out, you know what I mean? Every year we, you know what I mean, we spin a block and try to, like, you know what I mean, put on for the culture collectively. You know what I'm saying? I got a great deal of respect for Loaded Lux, as well as he feel the same with me. You know, we cut from the same cloth. We from the Smack era, from the DVDs, and we grew up together. So, like, you know what I mean, we always keep our, you know what I'm saying, our chemistry tight, and you know, it's all love. Like, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna keep, you know what I mean, doing what we gotta do, making it make sense, and putting on for this battle rap culture.
And Twork, you know, this is like the most exciting I've seen him for a battle. Like, I've never seen him, like he said, he's the most prepared he's ever been in his life to get in front of Lux. What does that say to you, knowing Twork for so many years and how he thinks and works when it comes to this game?
I think Twork is excited. Like, I never seen Twork this excited for a battle. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if this is the battle that he always wanted, but the energy that he's bringing to this particular situation, his promo,
yeah, like,
he's hitting me. He like, yo, what's up, yo? Come on, let's. You know what I mean? He making sure I'm on point to do getting shit done and certain promo done. He's on it right now, so I'm excited. I know he's coming with it. I'm not even thinking. I know everybody know what he gonna do. Like, you know what I'm saying? I never seen him prepare for a battle this early.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? In years. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, we here though, man. Yo, we gonna tap in. I'm gonna tap in with Hip Hop Is Real. You already know what it is. I gotta get this show started, so you already know it's your boy Smith. You know what I mean? We're gonna tap back in. Hip Hop Is Real. You already know what it is, man. You can't copy respect. Follow the innovators, never the imitators. Let's get it popping.